It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield-Greene County Park Board, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Wednesday it is. Good to see you this morning. Thank you for being with us. Whether you're listening on the podcast or watching on Facebook, we appreciate you getting your news from us. So let's do it.
Thanks for tuning in. It has been almost 7 years since the tragic sinking of the duck boat on Table Rock Lake. 17 people drowned that day. The case against the captain that day in 2018 is asking that the case be thrown out. Kenneth McKee is charged with 17 counts of involuntary manslaughter, as well as 12 counts of endangering the welfare of a child. The Ride the Duck boat sank when a terrible windstorm picked up on Table Rock, really capsizing the boat or sinking it. McKee is set to go before a judge soon, but again, his attorneys are asking that it be thrown out. So we will keep you posted on what happens with that.
Man, it's so strange that it's been this long and it's still in court. And I was reading up yesterday about some of the court case history, and it's been a roller coaster because he's had some rulings that have gone completely in his favor. In fact, the charges were thrown out at one point, and then other rulings that are completely opposite of his favor. It's just been such a long, and for the family of the victims, it's been such a long ordeal, and here we are, and it continues in 2025.
I followed it for a long time.
Yeah.
And it has been very much back and forth.
I was in the newsroom that night when we started to hear about something going on. So we were covering it as breaking news very early on. We knew that something bad had happened. We weren't exactly sure what. And then, it just got, the news just got worse and worse as you went on, finding out.
I covered it extensively at the time. What I remember though about it is being outside that day. I was not at Table Rock yet, like it was before it happened, but I remember being on a slip and slide in Ozark at my friend Stephanie's house, and the wind, like out of nowhere, like flipped over the slip and slide, which it's a slip and slide, I know, but it was just like it was weird. And the color of the sky was strange. But we were in South Ozark, so, closer to Branson. And it was just the weirdest windstorm that I've ever seen.
Well, yeah. And then the video came out and we got to see what the waves were like. And then when there was video of inside the other duck boat that was along with, they were right next to each other, basically. And the people didn't know that they were in danger. They weren't scared necessarily in the video. So the whole story is just a tragic story.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now to this, also a tragic story. 5 years ago today, Springfield had its first official case of COVID-19. Can you believe that?
Yeah, it seems like a long time ago.
Yeah. Governor Parson at the time declared a state of emergency that day, and then came the local and the statewide shelter-in-place orders, which initially were going to last for like 3 weeks, right? Was it 3 weeks, right? 21
days to lower the curve or something?
Yep. And then, so that was, March 12th, and then of 2020, and then May 11th of 2023 was when the pandemic or the national health emergency was declared over.
Those were 3 crazy years.
Those were 3 crazy years. And even after, because everything changed, So basically, March of 2020 through May of 2023.
Okay. Springfield police want to crack down on motorcycle riders who squeeze between cars on the road. It's called lane splitting. And police say because cars aren't expecting it, and it becomes very dangerous, not only for people in the cars driving, but also obviously for the motorcyclists, is what police are saying. So right now it is not illegal in Springfield to do that, but police say it should be because it's so unsafe. City Council is considering an ordinance to make it against the law in Springfield, not just for motorcycles, but also for bikes and for scooters, other things like that. Interestingly, The American Motorcycle Association says lane splitting is safe and should be legal, which their argument is that if motorcycles are allowed to keep going between cars, they're not going to get pinned between two cars because somebody was on their phone not paying attention and didn't hit the brakes.
Yeah.
That's their argument. City Council is expected to vote at their next meeting on March 24th. But I
feel like I travel a lot and it's legal like everywhere. Not in America, but I mean, I'm talking Ecuador, Guatemala.
Well, yeah.
All over Kenya and Tanzania. And like, it's interesting because I'm like now like more used to seeing them come by. I will say they're more visible, but by golly, it startles me like crazy because that doesn't happen in our neck of the woods. Although we were also recently in New York City, and must be legal there. It's either legal there or they just do it anyway. But it was like they were all over the roads in between cars. So,
well, I mean, it does happen here with regularity. Honestly, it just happened to me on Glenstone the other day. We were leaving an appointment, and you went one way. I was going another way, coming home, and sitting at a light, and a motorcycle flew right by my window. Freaked me out because I didn't see it coming at all. Yeah, but I was like, man, oh man.
Yeah.
And they were safe. It all worked out for them.
It's funny too that a little piece of information on Ethan. If we are at the same place and we take two different cars, which is often the case because we're running around like chickens with our head cut off with 3 children going in different directions all the time. But he will never drive the same way home that I do.
Well, I mean, I didn't know the other day. I didn't do that intentionally, but if I do, it's to see which way is fastest.
I know why you do it. It's just funny because we literally never take the same way home. We we always go totally separate ways. It's funny.
Yeah. I do like to know which way is the best way to go.
I know, because I'll do the same thing. If he goes right, I'm going to go left just to see which one of us wins.
And it depends on a number of factors, but all things being equal, it kind of gives me some insight into which way that I should be going and proves whether I'm right or wrong, honestly, because I have an idea about what's fastest. St. Louis Police Department could wind up in the state's control instead of the city's, which is a pretty big deal. The Missouri Senate passed a bill that would do just that, put the St. Louis City Police Department under state control. It would also establish a board of police commissioners there. So now the issue goes to the State House of Representatives.
Yeah.
Big disagreement.
The House, by the way, has
Louis.
seen this, but the House has seen this before, but it has to go to the House again because there's been some wording changed. Like there's been a few like caveats, inked into this. So it's very interesting to me.
Well, yeah, it looks like it's going to happen. There's a disagreement, though, on the topic up in St. Louis, as you might imagine. Some feel like it is a good thing. It would cut down on what is a very high crime rate, especially in the downtown St. Louis area, making people scared to walk around in downtown St. Louis, which is nuts. Others, like the mayor, say it's a political move and is a disregard for democracy, is what the mayor is saying up in St. Louis.
Yeah, and many others, by the way, saying the same thing. But I was reading up on it, and it has been back and forth depending on who you're talking to. But it looks like it's probably going to happen.
Yep.
Which, when you worked in St. Louis, I think it was under state control then, because it has been before under state control.
I'm trying to remember. That was early 2000s.
Like 2012 was a pivotal year. So you were here in 2012. Mm-hmm. So prior to that, it had switched over once or twice.
It didn't switch while I was there, and I don't recall because it wasn't a story while I was there in 2003 and 4 and 5.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Big Whiskey's is opening 3 stores in the Lone Star State. It's based in Ozark, so that's fun. They're expanding again. The owners are working on restaurants in Willis, which is near Houston, also in the Woodlands and Conroe. Big Whiskey's has 19 locations, either already in operation or soon to be in operation. So they are well on their way to taking over the world. Just kidding. Fritz's Adventure, meanwhile, down in Branson. It's fun if you have not yet been. They are opening a second location right now in Texas near Dallas, just like the one in Branson. The ropes course, the zip line, lots of tunnels, wall climbing. So lots to do at Fritz's. Have you been to Fritz's?
Yeah. Well, when the kids were younger, we went.
Okay. I know I had been. I wasn't sure if you were along for the journey or not.
I was.
Or if you were working hard to make a living and sending us on your hard-earned dollar, because that happens sometimes too. But it's a good time. It's a good time.
Supporting their lavish lifestyle is what I do.
It is true.
Former Titans and Chargers cornerback Christian Fulton, a free agent, is now coming over to the Kansas City Chiefs. Signed a deal. He went from winning the national title at LSU to Tennessee to Los Angeles and now to KC. He'll get a 2-year, $20 million contract that includes $15 million guaranteed. So the Chiefs making a lot of moves in this offseason.
Yeah.
After the debacle of the Super Bowl.
It was a three-peat, though. So there's that.
It was an attempt at a three-peat.
Well, okay.
It was not a three-peat.
Light the Way Christian Music Festival has announced its lineup for September. The 2-day festival is happening this year at Thunder Ridge Nature Arena. So that's exciting, down in Branson by Big Cedar. On Friday, September 12th, the headliner is Torrin Wells with KB, Seth Schleter, and Claire Leslie. And then on Saturday, September 13th, it is Need to Breathe, Josiah Queen, Jordan Feliz, and Megan Woods. So quite the lineup and very exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. The St. Patrick's Day Parade is on Commercial Street this year. Be advised, it is not happening on St. Patrick's Day, which is Monday the 17th. The parade, so that more people can attend, is going to be on Saturday the 15th. So mark your calendars, Saturday the 15th. Yeah. The parade starts at 2:00 at Benton Avenue and Commercial Street. Then it's going to make its way through historic C Street District. It will end at Park Central Square. There will be food. There will be drinks. There will be live music kind of around the Park Central Square area. So should be a great time. And hopefully, I have not looked at the weather for that yet.
It'll be a little cooler on Saturday, but still not bad. I think storms maybe Friday. Check in with Wake Up Weather with Abby Dyer. Storms Friday, a bit of a cool down with the cold front. And then Saturday, still a nice day.
Perfect. Good times. So have fun.
But I'm not a meteorologist.
The parade, but you do pretend to be one on the podcast.
Occasionally I do.
So.
And wrong half the time.
Good times.
Which I think is the criteria, right?
That's not funny. That's not funny.
Meteorologist joke. Ron would get it.
Ron would get it. Brandon would get it. Abby would get it. But it's
Abby
hard.
Get it.
It's a hard job.
They don't appreciate it, but they get it.
There's that. Okay. Well, that's all we got. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we hope to see you right back here tomorrow morning.
Yep. Have a great day and we'll see you then.
Bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by John's Heating and Air, Command Family Medicine, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Wednesday. It is March 12th, and we are waking up with nice conditions across the Ozarks. Temperatures upper 40s, low 50s. So, light jacket at best early this morning. You won't need it later on today, as once again, I have high temperatures that will climb into the 70s. Things do change for us a bit today. I want to mention that we'll still have high temperatures in the upper 70s. In fact, I have 78 degrees for your afternoon high today. Staying mainly dry through the daylight hours, but some storm chances start to return to the forecast as early as today. And I'm expecting that we see another chance for potentially some strong storms in the forecast forecast again as we head into Friday. So a couple of different storm systems heading our way. It's a spring-like forecast, not only with the 70s, but also with the thunderstorm chances. Best chance for seeing some rain and thunderstorm activity tonight, it's going to be south of I-44. I really think this is after sunset. So daylight hours, they're dry. You're golden. Head outside, eat dinner on the back patio, take a walk this evening. All outdoor activities are a go. Of course, the last couple of days, we had some high fire danger. Today, we'll see increasing clouds across the region as some moisture is moving back into the area. I am expecting a breeze today out of the south at 5 to 10 miles an hour, so the wind's not quite as strong as they were yesterday, but we could have some thunderstorms developing after 8 p.m. Again, best chance for those is going to be south of I-44, but not everyone is guaranteed to see the rain today. In fact, I think the majority of us stay dry across the Ozarks. That's especially true if you're listening from central Missouri up in some of our northern counties or out west where storms look a little bit less likely. Highs today, though, are going to stay in the upper 70s. I have 78 degrees for the high temperature in Springfield. It is a beautiful spring day. Temperatures well above average, and low temperatures are well above average, too. This morning, a good hint at that. Numbers way above the freezing point this morning, starting out near 50. It's a good indication that it's going to be a warm day because we get even a little bit of sunshine, a south breeze. Our numbers are going to jump in a hurry. It's possible that a few folks hit that 80-degree point again today across the Ozarks before the clouds increase. I think we'll really start to see that happen after 2 p.m. By Thursday, we are talking about sunshine returning in the forecast and highs once again either side of 80 degrees. We'll hold on to the warmth on Friday, but Friday is the day to watch with some shower and thunderstorm chances that could turn severe for a bigger portion of us in the Ozarks, but it looks like the severe threat is likely going to stay east of Highway 65 on Friday. That's something that I'm watching as we head into the course of the afternoon. The bigger severe potential on Friday is actually going to be for the St. Louis area, back through the boot heel of Missouri and all the way into portions of Arkansas, as well as portions of the Tennessee Valley. That's going to be moving to the east as we head into Friday night and early Saturday. Atmosphere at this time looks conducive for thunderstorms. There is a potential for severe weather, including all modes of severe weather. By that, I mean gusty winds, heavy downpours, as well as the chance for some spin-up tornadoes. So it's a good time to make sure you have those weather radios with fresh batteries in them, and just make sure you're paying close attention to the forecast if you have any plans to be out and about on Friday evening in particular. Exact track and timing still being worked out. It's only Wednesday, so a lot of these smaller features that develop with severe weather, we're going to have to wait and see until Friday morning how this storm system kind of takes shape and moves across the country. At this point, though, it does look like we could see some severe weather, so I want everybody to be planning ahead for that. You can't quite relax for the weekend on Friday, as some strong storms will be moving through Friday night into early Saturday. Around the country, there's quite a lot making headlines. We have lots of warmth. Of course, we're getting that here in the Ozarks, and that's also in the east coast of the country. We have a storm system bringing unsettled weather out for the west coast, and then severe weather potential, of course, today for the southern plains and the lower Mississippi Valley, as well as critical fire danger that continues to wreak havoc on the southern high plains. That's really been the case all week long for those folks, and today is no exception. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question for the day. And the question that I left you with yesterday, one of those fun optics questions. What is the name of the optical effect that casts a rainbow halo around the head of an observer's shadow? Did you follow? Cast a rainbow halo around the head of an observer's shadow. Do you think that is called A, a glory, B, an honor, C, angel, or D, sundog? Well, sundog's rare, but we do see them here in the Ozarks. Even more rare would be A, the glory, and that is the optical phenomenon that I am referring to. This resembles an iconic saint's halo around the shadow of an observer's head. It is caused by sunlight or sometimes even moonlight interacting with teeny tiny little water droplets that comprise mist or clouds. So it's a fascinating phenomenon. If you ever see a shadow and then there's like a full circle rainbow around it, what you are seeing is a glory. And if you ever see one, please take a picture and email it to me, because that would be it would just make my day. So A, glory is the answer. Congrats if that was your guess. Here's the next question that I have for you. The original ketchup was not made with tomatoes, but rather what? Do you think it is A, fermented fish sauce, B, red peppers, C, ripe bananas and vinegar, or D, beets? Do you know? The original ketchup was not tomatoes. Which of those substances was it? You can log on to Around the Ozarks and submit your guess to the Brain Twister trivia question. I'll have the answer for you early tomorrow morning. Thank you so much to our sponsors, John's Heating and Air, Command Family Medicine, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Have a beautiful Wednesday. It's going to be a great day to get outdoors. Showers and thunderstorms arriving after sunset.